Hey, Remarkable Lifers, this is Craig.
And this is KJ.
And we're coming to you on kind of a serious note today. This is going to be recorded and then immediately put up. So if you see this post, we just recorded it.
Yeah.
But
So
also, before we start, don't leave dumb comments, please. You
Yeah.
can leave nice comments or intelligent or have a conversation. We are going to be very honest with you about what we do know and don't know. And
you start putting some crappy comments down there, we're just gonna block you.
Yeah.
Done. We're not playing with y'all today.
no. So there's been some big stuff happen here in Mexico.
Well, we got up this morning,
Yeah.
and this is the video we were not planning on making this video
No.
today. We actually were going to go on a trip, a group excursion to go
Yeah.
see a pelican festival, and we were really looking forward to it. It was going to be a lot of fun. Had friends going and everything.
Yeah.
And then we got up and we're having our coffee, and apparently there's news coming out of Puerto Vallarta that there's big narco problems, cartel problems, right?
Yeah.
So apparently the Mexican government carried out an operation this morning outside of Puerto Vallarta, and they killed the leader of, the reports are they killed the leader of the cartel out there, and they arrested a bunch of other people and
killed a bunch of people, actually. I was reading some articles.
Yeah.
Apparently there's several people that didn't
So-
get through that.
And as is very common,
Yes.
whenever there's government activity against a cartel here, they create these things called bloqueos, and basically they take buses, cars,
Public vehicles usually,
Yeah.
but sometimes private.
they
yeah.
exit the people off of them,
Yeah.
park them across the highway, and set them on fire.
Yeah. It's a show of force. It's a show of we're here. We're not going anywhere.
And it's also designed to inhibit the authorities' ability to get around and do what they're trying to do.
Right.
Right? Okay. So it's not uncommon for that to happen here.
What is uncommon is this one was big.
Very
This
big.
covers a lot of states. That was all at once. And this morning, basically Puerto Vallarta and several other places just erupted with bus fires, car fires, some business fires, gunfire.
Yeah. The thing is that the activity took place outside of Puerto Vallarta, but it was such a big thing that the retaliation is spilling over into other states. So currently here where we live in the Lake Chapala area, basically everything's been kind of put on lockdown.
Yeah.
They're saying shelter in place, don't go out there, just kind of normal stuff. But I mean, we're not hearing from anybody around town that there's anything major problems going on here or anything like that. We do have friends who live in Guadalajara that, and from local news sources and stuff, there is there's activity going on in Guadalajara. Okay?
Yeah, there's been some, not as much as the other areas, but there are, basically it's hitting like border towns between states, main thoroughfares, main highways. Major cities, and then strongholds for the organized people.
Yeah.
Basically, what we've experienced is just getting an influx of news reports that you're trying to sift through and understand whether or not they're true or not. And some of them are clearly not true. Some of them are questionably true. And then the government is notoriously vague. So they're trying to manage the issue, and they're not putting out all the details just yet. And so you don't get a lot from that. But what we did get is that they put from the U.S. State Department and the Mexican State Department saying all foreign residents or all foreigners in Mexico should
Everyone.
be on lockdown. But it was extended, that was extended to everyone.
Yeah.
So while they're saying that their people should be on shelter in place kind of a thing, it really is across the board.
So one of the big things here that I want to talk about is misinformation.
Yeah.
So the internet has been rife with misinformation, fake news, all that kind of stuff. Y'all, this is becoming a problem regardless of what's going on here today.
Becoming.
Yeah, I mean, it's a major problem. So number one, before you start sharing stuff on social media, you need to make sure this is coming from a verified news source. It is legitimate, all that kind of stuff. I've gotten posts and different things sent to us from concerned people, relatives, friends, and stuff in the U.S.
Thank you for your concern.
Thank
yes.
you for your concern, yes. But I literally just got one from one of my nieces that said something about the Guadalajara airport's been overtaken by the cartels and they're holding U.S. citizens hostage. None of that is accurate. None of that is true.
None of that, as far as we know, none of that's true. They've even reported that the airport is open, that the highway to the airport is open. And so, the official sources are saying everything's fine.
Right.
And then you're getting these messages. And that's upsetting because, his niece is upset. Oh my gosh.
She's scared
What's
and
happening,
she's worried about us. And of course, and so she's sending this information, and I'm like, thank you. I appreciate your concern. Really, 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 I do. But I've also seen people here locally that are just posting things that are just factually inaccurate. And I know they're getting that information from somewhere else. But before you share information on social media, you need to make sure that it's a verified source, factual source of information before you share it. Otherwise, you're just continuing to perpetuate the fear and the problems.
And nothing's really going to come of that because you're just sharing something, and then the people that are sitting here in our houses with little information are scared at your posts. And if they're not accurate, you're just fear-mongering. So we want to, let's get off of the fake news thing. And
let's talk about the real news.
What we really know is happening.
So here, this is from Mexico News Daily, which is a verified news source. The first thing is they say the federal forces conducted an operation in Tapalpa, leading to armed confrontations there and retaliatory blockades statewide.
Yes.
They talk about some arrests. They talk about some vehicles being seized. The Guadalajara airport is operating normally. There are no cancellations, and it is protected by the National Guard and the Sedena troops. Okay. Secondly, schools statewide in Jalisco have been closed for tomorrow. Yes. Okay, statewide. They have also suspended all mass public events statewide. Okay, this is just, you don't want to have congregations of people, right? It's just a safe thing to do.
Well, plus they need to find the bad guys, and so you can't find bad guys if they're hiding among all the good guys.
Right, so, exactly. Public transportation has been temporarily suspended in different affected zones. Lake Chapala is one of them. The local bus service has been suspended here today. We'll know if it's up and running tomorrow, right?
And that's because they use the buses to set on fire to block the roads.
Right,
and
exactly.
So we got to just not send the buses out.
Yeah. So the U.S. State Department for U.S. citizens here in Mexico, number one, I've seen reports on social media saying that you need to get to your local embassy. That is incorrect. Do not leave your house.
Yeah.
That's one of the most dangerous things that you can do.
Unless there's an official report anywhere, like any country you're in, unless there's an official, the embassy says get to the embassy.
Yeah, and the embassy has not said that here. No. They're putting that on Facebook, and it's completely incorrect. Yeah. Stay where you're at. The State Department, their advice for U.S. citizens is shelter in place, listen to local news sources, and pay attention to social media, but verifiable news sources, right? Don't leave. Don't get out there driving around. Something else is, if you do have to get out of your house, make sure that you are avoiding areas where there are congregations of police and other action. Yes. Stay out of their way. Just stay out of their way. But stay home.
Yeah, I mean, if you absolutely have to, you're out of water, you're out of, whatever, go someplace fast, borrow from a neighbor. This is a day or two. We're hoping that this is going to give the police the chance to rectify the situation.
Yeah.
We're not making any political claims about what's right or wrong, okay? We're not saying that anything about the organized crime here in Mexico, we're not even talking about that.
No.
It is. That's what it is. It is. And what's happened is that their leader was killed and they're showing force. They're showing a presence, and this is how they do it. And in the past, what we've experienced is there's really not that much of a threat to people, to the citizens. It's all about the government fighting with the organized people.
As long as you stay out of the way, just
stay out of the way. Don't get involved, and let them deal with it. And it generally doesn't spill over to individuals unless you're involved in some way.
And it's generally done in like 24 to 48 hours.
In the past, yes.
Yeah,
this was a big blow up. What we know is very little. It is that these things are happening. Stay in your house. Let us deal with it. Don't get in the way. Don't. I mean, there is some places in Puerto Vallarta where there was some gunfire, things like that. Stay out of the way and let us deal with it. Just be safe.
But we're fine. JoJo's here.
Yeah.
JoJo's good. We're good.
We've heard nothing here.
No.
We've seen nothing here.
Not even a siren.
Nothing. And so we did see some reports that there's, a stronghold of a National Guard on the outskirts of town and holding, kind of like holding a position.
Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense if
that's
you
great.
think about, this area is like this, and you got one major highway that goes there and another one that goes that way. They've stationed themselves up here to keep anything from flowing down, right? It's kind of a protective thing.
So yeah, and we're pending information as well. So we'll share that. We'll share a couple of things on our Facebook. But as far as I know, everything is fine here. And our thoughts go out to everybody who's caught in the middle of this in Puerto Vallarta. We have friends there. It's got to be unnerving, and it is here. It is here from here. But it's definitely got to be a little traumatic.
Oh, I'm sure it is if you're in the middle of it. But just stay at home. Stay indoors. We survived the pandemic, y'all. You can stay inside for a couple days. I mean,
Clean out the drawers.
Work on your taxes. I've been trying to gear up to work on taxes.
There you go.
Yay.
Yeah. Take a nap, do all those things, and just stay abreast of the news, but make sure you're watching those important, real news channels.
Yep.
So, we just wanted to give you an idea of what we're looking at and how things have been here. It's kind of just a quiet day. If anything changes, you'll be the first to know.
We just didn't get to go on the Pelican tour.
No, we didn't get to go on our Pelican tour. We were so mad because it got canceled. So we kind of were okay with that.
We'd already decided we weren't going.
And then it got canceled.
So yeah.
So it's, we're looking forward to peace breaking out again instead of it being the opposite way, and getting back to life. So we'll keep you posted. And if you haven't already,
go find your truly remarkable life.
Bye all.
Bye.